Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Ah, hello, hello, hello. Greetings, welcome, hola, bienvenue, willkommen, all the other ones, and welcome. Have fun. 2020, 22, yay, it's all gone. 23, same crud, different year. Let's see. Hopefully it gets better. But let's say some hellos first. Howdy Yella and Sky and Hadel and Marquis Markey. Hope all are well. Had wonderful and amazing New Year's celebrations. Yes, I was asleep before 11 o'clock. I slept completely through it, missed it entirely. Bonus. It is one of those days where you have to make your choice. If you want to celebrate it, stay up and celebrate it. If you don't, you have to go to bed early, so you're sparko by the time all the noise kicks up. How Rye, how you doing? Oh, Adele's feeling icky. I won't say the word that rhymes with dog. I know it's just Aussie slang, but yeah, it's one of those words we're not allowed to say. But get well soon, my dear. You've been overworking yourself, haven't you? Let's be honest. Neighbours decided to throw a loud ass party and I was up till 4 a.m. Well, thankfully my neighbours are older than me, so they didn't. I just like to be asleep before the fireworks start going off and all the drunks start coming home from the pubs trying to sing Auld Lang Syne and they don't know any of the words. Live streamed it the New Year with a fever. Oh dear. Merritt, my dear, how are you, my darling? Mwah. Mahusif Hugos. And Jamie A, howdy doody. Keep your eyes on the road, sir. So yes, New Year. What's happened in the past week? Not a lot. Work. Been dead as a doornail. I mean literally dead as a doornail at work this week. So yeah, it's kind of a bit pointless going in, but you know, needs must. At one point, well, yesterday morning there were 7 of us in, and in the first 5 hours of the shift we served 4 customers. So, yeah, really boring. You know, it's a quiet day at work when you do things like stick a hole in the bottom of the ashtray bucket so that the rainwater drains out of it. Grab a tin of oil and WD-40 and lubricate all the stuff you should do on your bike and get paid for it. Oh, hello, my lady. Yes, ashy water. Well, the ash isn't so much the issue as the fact that it's, I would say heavily tannined, but you know what I mean. And Barbara, hello, my dear. So yeah, it was pretty rank. And it was getting to the point where it was going to start overflowing everywhere. So I thought, before that happens, I'll stick a nail through the bottom of it and let it drain naturally. They're not the kind of tannins that you want in a fish tank. I mean, there's plenty of leaves in there, so there's going to be walnut and oak tannins in that water, but mostly ciggy butt tannins, which really ain't good. Even I know that don't taste good. Howdy, Bruiser. How's everyone doing? Me and can't really say for anyone else, but me and Mary are doing well. Thank you, Mary. Hope you're all feeling better. Hope Chris is feeling better. And new year, new start. Let's see how you go. I've got a few kind of things planned, but I'm gonna sort of keep them under my, well, I would say under my hat, but I'm not wearing one. Under my hair, because that's video content. And if you hadn't noticed, I've been a bit short of video content lately. So yeah, we're gonna keep all the ideas for videos. People might actually watch them. Thank you very much, Mark. Gifting more memberships. That's what the ladies like on New Year's Day. Plenty of members. Sorry. I don't know why I apologise for these jokes. You're all used to them by now. Finally doing pretty great. A little short of breath. I'm new pooter, so don't kill me for all the misspellings. Marriott, you're spelling stuff in a second language. I'm not going to knock your spellings. there are people that are English as a first language that have worse spelling than you do, and grammar. I work with people I have to tell how to spell simple words. Exactly, as Adele says. And I'm used to reading internet comments, so figuring out what misspellings usually mean, I'm not normally pretty good at. So don't worry about it. Yeah, exactly, I can normally figure these things out. I've been dealing with modelers and stuff for years, and oh god. You want to see some of the ways that I've seen Messerschmitt murdered. Scotty Two Hotties here as well. Howdy, Scotty. How you doing? Hope all is good. Yeah, so if you enable gifts, which I think is clicking the join button, then clicking enable gifts, something like that. First 5 will get memberships. Actually, I don't know if the 50 memberships from last week's live stream have all been used up yet. So if they have, I've probably got more members than a few lot bigger channels. So, yay. Anyway, fishy-wise this week, what's been going on? Well, as you can probably see, we have breeder boxy again. As we got more plecklets. Just the commons. Yes, hello. Hey. Oh, you being friendly today, are you? You see the camera and you want to just come and say hello, yeah? Okay. So yeah, another 150-ish common bristle noses. And yesterday when I got back from work, I had to cull another spawn of super reds. I say cull, remove the eggs. Let's put it that way, shall we? Sounds a bit better. Because I haven't got space for them still. By the time I've got more babies, I don't have enough. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Everyone needs at least 1,000 bristle noses. Howdy, Phil. How you doing? Hope all is well with you. Oh, I remember it. I'm wearing my t-shirt Prezi from Mary t-shirt, which will mean absolutely nothing to anybody, because unless you're a big fan of a certain band, you won't get. It's not coming unless it's birth control. And Mufti's here as well. How are you, sir? Hope all is well. It's some of the lyrics to The Poet and the Pendulum by Nightwish. And I'm not going to try and read it back to front and upside down in cursive. There's a video on how to turn on gifting. Sweet. I know I did it on my channel. Well, personally for me, I just can't remember how. And why am I? Yeah, that's just me making farty noises with my hands. That's not me. Sterlo, yeah. 2024 trip to the Clash. That would be awesome. I'm sure you get all the hugs. Treated like royalty. I say if I ever get to the point where I can afford it, I may, although it'd have to be me and Mary, so we'd both be able to have, well, both have to be able to afford it. Then we may, at some point, pop across the pond. Lots of high strength drugs probably required for both of us to get us in a tin can full of other people's farts, fired across the sky. To be fair though, I don't even go to the English conventions, so I've been to precisely 2 conventions. One was many, many years ago when I went to BuffyCon. And then probably not far off 10 years ago, it's got to be something like that. There was a fishing tackle convention, fishing do thingy up in the Norfolk Showground, which is about an hour away at most. And I went to that. There for about 2 hours, had enough, came home. It's about all it takes to go around these places, see everything you want to see, buy what you want to buy, and go, yeah, had enough now. Like royalty. Well, I mean, Mark is like royalty. I'm not. Only reason any paparazzi would follow me around is because they think I'm probably an axe murderer. Anyone who looks at my search history is probably going to think I'm committing some kind of heinous crime. Let's be honest. Very strange search history. Big Shrimpin, aka Steve C. I'm still going to call you Shrimpin now. Good day, sir. Hope all is well with you. Been to more arms fairs and fish shows. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's probably going to be full of the most opinionated people. I keep getting asked if I'm going to go to Telford for the model show there. No, because just no. Watching some crime stuff on YouTube the other name. Sharpe came up. So bad. Yeah, my name does turn up in some weird places. Say murderers, necromancers. Forget, there was something I was watching where my name came up, and it was actually a John Sharpe as well, which was even worse. I was like, oh, geez, no, not me. Even weirder, on the war memorial in town, there's a Sharpe on that as well. It was like, oh, geez, no, please, no. Don't tell me I've got family in this area. Doing one at Kempton Park Racecourse. So they finally found a use for Kempton Park. Gun shows. Picked up a good Martini Henry bayonet. Bet you had fun getting that through customs. I think it's a more common name than I realised it was. I think it's probably the areas I've lived, there aren't many Sharpes, but they're probably all over the place. Hopefully I'm not related to any of them, unless they're multi-millionaires. Oh, thank you very much, E-Rock. $10 super chat, big hug to E-Rock, Mrs. Rock, and the Pebbles. And now the whole Fishmas thing is getting to an end. You can start becoming sedentary rock again, rather than being all lively. Whatever a lively rock would be. Igneous. Hello, Sherry. How are you? Happy New Year to you too. I was thinking of titling the stream same different year, but I thought I'd better not. Why rock? Cos rock. See, me and Eric have this connection because I actually understood how to pronounce his surname before he changed it. That's because it's the same as actually getting back to the guns thing. Wyrock is an air gun manufacturer in, are they German? I think so. Nothing wrong with having a lazy day, Sherry. I have as many of those as is physically possible because I'm old, fat, and lazy. Yeah, that's why a German exchange student got it right. It's because Wyrock, A, is a German name, and B, is a manufacturer. I think the manufacturer is spelt slightly differently, but it's, yeah. It also might have been a footballer at some point, as having listened to way too much European football in the past. I've got a weird habit of being able to pronounce strange European surnames quite well. We do have an Eastern European population in this area. And obviously I've served them when they come into shops. And where I am now, you sign into their profile, your surname and your postcode or zip code, as it were. And you ask them their surname and they just start spelling it because English people can't do like Polish or Bulgarian names, apparently. I get halfway through it and I just like, oh, so, yeah. Oh, Szlazinski, you know. What? You speak Polish? No, I just watch too much football. Adele's gone into lurk mode because everything hurts. Don't make sudden moves like sit down too fast. No, just get yourself slowly horizontal and stay there. And if you fall asleep, don't worry about it. I won't take offense. Pardon me. That's not a lazy day, Sherry. If you got dressed, that's not a lazy day. I class getting dressed as doing something. Made coffee. Coffee good. Yeah. Caffeine always helps. Yeah, if you've got dressed and made coffee, you've achieved something. And made dinner. Wow. And I got up, I got dressed, I had a bath and a shave, put the rubbish out, tidied up a bit, fed the fish, chilled with Mary for 5 hours-ish, 5.5 hours, then scratched my nuts a bit and then set up a live stream. So yeah, it might be a day off, but it's not a lazy day. Been to Starbucks, came home and fell asleep. It's good. That's a good day, Marriott. Yes, Mary does like the fish sherry. This is why she does have a tendency to buy me fishy things. Um, she bought me a tank once. Um, Admittedly, it's the one that ended up leaking. But yeah, she bought me a tank, things that go in tanks, like filters and heaters and stuff like that. So it's kind of become a standing joke that every Christmas or birthday she buys me a kilo of algae wafers now. Um, so you know, it's yeah, T34 exactly. Got a T34. Oh dear, I see that joke's doing the rounds then, Mark. Actually, I say that I haven't actually got any at the moment. No, I haven't. I haven't actually got any T34s built at the moment. So last one went crunch crunch. Yes, Mary is a smart girl. Um, I've got a very rare T34 kit up in the man cave that I will get round to building at some point, just to upset people. Um, Gift sounds like giving someone a sponsored donkey. Yeah, but no, it's a useful gift. I'd rather get something that is useful. Um, you know, I mean, it's nice to get things that are, oh, that's sweet, that's lovely. Like a little card that says, I love you and things like that. Oh no, I've done the pink, but I did that on a Panther 2 just to really upset the wearaboos and the N-word fanboys. Yeah, I painted that pink. That didn't work. Didn't go down well. Um, T34, we painted green. Job done. You, you know, if I can upset World War II German fanboys, then I'm going to do it because they deserve to be upset. Um, yeah, somewhere upstairs I've got it's the AFV Club kit. It's the Ding Hao version, or the Ding Hao boxing of the T34, which comes with all the bed spring armor, resin turret, resin upper hull. And Dennis is here as well. Good evening, sir. Happy New Year, Mr. Tater Salad. I could murder a tater salad right now, actually. Come to think of it. Oh, yeah. Potatoes and onions with mayonnaise. Oh, that'd go down very well. Probably come firing out the other end at walk factor 12, but you know, be nice while it lasted. Um, yeah, That's one of those model kits that are no longer in production, and the price is going through the roof. I got it cheap for 70 quid. And Mark, it 6 months. Oh yes, Dennis has been a member for a whole year now. God dear. 12 months and 6 months. It's getting scary how quick time flies. I must be having fun. Is that a fake enough smile? um, yeah, so hopefully next week will be a trip to a LFS with several bags of fish and shrimp, so we can clear some space. Um, and then later on, I've got to check the new stock listing from the other LFS, see if there's anything that they've got that I want that I can trade some super red bristle noses for. Um, we're going to have to clear some shellies again soon. And Adele's been a member for 3 months. Oh, oh, Mary, you've been here years. I think you turned up to some of my first live streams. And they've not got any better over the years, you know. They're basically the same. The only difference is only real difference is there are more tanks behind me and I smoke more. And my hair's longer. And I'm older and fatter, but you know, um, you've been a long time loyal member of the channel, Marit, and I'm proud to consider you my friend. And I don't cover the camera anymore. I've got better at pointing the camera in directions that there aren't things I don't want to show. Went to a local bookstore for platties, no go, they're under treatment. Well, it's best to avoid them then. Although if you're talking about pets at home, they might just be that they only just come in. They're not necessarily under treatment as such. Howdy, Hecklefish. How you doing? And easy now, easy now. Happy New Year, Danny boy. Oh, Danny boy. And Lady Rorschach, how are you, my dear? Hope all is well with you. Let's hope all the new teeth, clear throat. Hope everyone has had a wonderful New Year and a Christmas and holiday period in general. These things that you got to say, just get them out of the way. So other than the usual stuffs this week of water changes and decaving plecklets, I've been mostly getting the new tablet all set up and sortified and doing all the stuffs, and I've signed myself up for. I'm now on Reddit. I haven't got a subreddit or anything. I'm still trying to figure it all out. But if any of you guys are Redditors or have any interesting or amusing Reddits that would be fun to peruse, let me know. I think I'm in a few. So I'm in aquarium, paranormal, or because that's just cute bunnies and stuff. Floor Jansen, metal boners. Yeah, you don't ask. Reddit is a whole other rabbit hole. It is, but it's something I've not done before. I thought, well, maybe if I weed all my way in there, I might be able to source a few more views, start putting up some linky poos to my stuffs. Find the origins of my surname. Oh dear, I'd rather not. Thank you very much. And Chewie's here. Happy New Year, sir. Hope all is well with thou. Do I need to do water changes? Crap, I forgot something. Only if they need to be done. You know your tanks better than anyone, and you know when and how much they need water changing. Pinterest, yeah, I'm trying not to confuse myself too much. Facebook I got down pat. Discord I can kind of wangle my way around now. So yeah, I thought time to add Reddit. Oh, my phone's pinging away. Oh, that'd be Mary's got home. Yeah, so we've done all the water changes, including second water changes. Can't remember the last time I got new water. It's been a crappy year. I say you've got to look. I mean, as ruthless as it sounds, you've got to look after yourself first, rather than others. So you're no good to them if you're no good. You can't help them if you're not there. So there we go. Reddit is so toxic now. A small group of mods control the whole entire website. Pretty much the same with almost all social media these days. Discord is a buggy mess. Yeah. It's you take what you can, and if nothing else, it's I can look at some pictures of Floor Jansen. So that's never a bad thing to do. Oh, Mark's knocking off. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Well, drive safe on your way home, Mark. And don't relax too hard when you get there. Here, Twitch is a minefield. Yeah, I've not even thought about Twitch because, yeah. I mean, the thing with Twitch was it did pay more than YouTube does for live streams and stuff. But now Twitch has brought themselves into line with what YouTube pays, so there's no real point changing. And the extra grief and havoc and hassle of trying to work out how to stream on two different things at the same time, and yeah, it's for gamers. Try making YouTube videos. Heard it can be quite good fun. I'll give that a go. I think I might have a go at making a video. See, I'll have to come up with an idea for my first YouTube video. Which you have to go back 6 years to find. Hello, Spaghetti Nona or Sarah. You want to see me do a hot tub stream on Twitch? I am not gonna do hot tub streams. Because running a hot tub costs an absolute frigging fortune at the moment, and most people are selling them now because they've realised, hang on, this costs a frigging fortune to run just to have an outside bath. Let's be honest, that's what a hot tub is. It's an outside bath with a permanent fart going on. So yeah, I'm not going there. And even if I did have one, I'd put fish in it. My most recent lovely church video. Oh, thank you very much, Dan. Yeah, it was a rather nice church. And Adele did come up with a good idea because with the vicar being there, perhaps see if I can get an interview with the vicar at some point. Ask him about the place. Yes, power companies are privately owned. We're getting hosed on prices because the price of gas has gone up. I mean, gas, not petrol gas. Most of our power generation is from gas. And with all the green initiatives, the companies are having to start producing more and more green electricity, which costs money. Our power is all hydro dams owned by the government. Well, I mean, all ours was owned by the government in the 80s. And then they sold it off. Vicar and a serial killer have a chin wag. It's got Reddit all over it. Exactly. Only a shelter about interviewing clergy is they want to hide their identity. yeah, it's I've not got no problem with someone staying off camera. Natural gas, Barbara, pumped out from usually under the North Sea, but we do get a lot of our fuel from certain parts of the world which are currently in the middle of a war zone. Only thing that never gets better is the money coming into our accounts. Technically, any pool of hot water is a hot tub with me. I make my own bubbles. Yeah, I do. And Sarah's husband just ripped the jacuzzi tub out in chunks. You better than let it sit outside. It's already at the dump in less than 24 hours. Thankfully, we had the new tub installed, so we've done it in under 2 weeks. Bonus. Now, ours isn't a fake sold off. They did sell them all off. Hi, Chris. Fist bump. Hope you got over your migraine, buddy. Hope all is going well. Let's see me fill a hot tub with Monster and drink my way out. The thing is, Dan, you know I'd manage it eventually. Not really. I mean, that kind of happens fairly regularly, that pipelines go wrong. I just get down there and fix it. They actually have like teams of divers on standby virtually permanently to fix any leaks. We're pretty good at that. We don't have leaky pipelines over here. No, literally, it is a lot of our gas comes from the Crimea. A lot of our energy, as it were, comes from an area of Northern Europe that is currently a war zone. And obviously, the Russians aren't selling their gas cheap anymore either. Just see Life in Jars drank one of it. Oh no. Oh, I didn't see that, but I am familiar with the channel. Actually, if you've not watched the channel, Life in Jars is a superb channel to watch. Yeah, 2022 has passed, marking many 40-year anniversary celebrations. 1982 was a very busy year for me. It was a very busy year for the UK Armed Services as well. It was 40 years since the Falklands conflict. And I remember that. I remember the sinking of the Belgrano and all the other stuffs that went on Goose Green, and Mirages versus the Harriers and the Exocet missiles, and all that for a basically useless rock in the middle of the South Atlantic. But the people of the Falkland Islands wish to remain English, or British, I should say, part of the UK. So we had to protect them. Happy New Year, Brian. How are you, my dear? Hope all is well. Thanks everyone for saying I was in effing top chat and trying to catch up. I learned that one the hard way. Now I click top chat before I even go live. Nick Kershaw was very popular back then. Understanding British words like torch was a funny time. I'm sure it was. Yeah. I think we use torch because it comes from the medieval bit of wood with a flame on the top of it, torch. And we just kind of kept the same name as we went through the various iterations of technology. It's just glad it's over. I think we're all pretty glad 2022 is over. The early 2020s have really sucked big time. Almost as bad as Thatcher's Britain. Actually, I think Thatcher's Britain was probably better. At least the politicians weren't quite so corrupt. Torch over here means, do you want the hot mic smash? Torch has multiple uses. To torch something means to set light to it. Yeah. And then you have to be careful when you're pronouncing flashlight that you don't accidentally refer to a male aid available in many shapes. There is actually a channel on YouTube who collects rare flashlights. Now, he collects rare flashlights. They're not all new. Quite a lot of them are second hand. There are certain things you don't buy second hand. Oh, that's, yeah. He wears gloves whenever he handles anything, but I'd want bleach as well. Out at the start of the year, the spoons are the prettiest bass player that I know. Oh. That'd be Lemmy then. I wonder how flashlight became our word. Perhaps they were originally made by someone like Lucas, and they did flash rather than actually a solid light. It's the old joke about cars made by British Leyland, because they use Lucas switches and lights, was that the headlights had 3 settings: off, flicker, and dim. But that might be where it came from. Yes. But yeah, it's like flashlight. So, and they're not meant to flash. I mean, light, yeah, I get. I mean, although were they originally used a lot to send signals like Morse code? If I remember from being a kid, a lot of torches had the on-off button. They had a second button, which was a flasher button. So you could send Morse code with it. Obviously, this was in the days before text messaging. But or was it because flashlight? Because if you had a teenage son and he had the covers up over the bed with the torch on, if you pulled the covers down, you got a flash. Drum tech asked me to the torch. Pointed to our torch. I had to use my penlight flashlight to set up the EQ, and said, "That's a torch." Maybe so flashers could say, "Nope, it's a light in my pocket." Is that a torch in your pocket, or are you pleased to see me? Well, it depends on the size of the torch. Off, flickering, and dim describes me on a good day. Oh, bless you. I was pretty much on off, flicker, and dim most of yesterday morning at work, to be honest. It's a weird one because I do tend to wake up early, but I'm not a morning person. And because I normally work the late shifts anyway, in my last 2 jobs, I've worked the late shifts. So on those rare occasions where I had to work an earlier shift, I know a 9:15 is not an early start. Don't. I start at 5. I start at 6. I know 9:15 isn't early. When you're used to starting after lunchtime or early afternoon, 9:15 is early. Only till where I flew to gigs, their crew wanting to see the countryside, gladly switched. Barb's off for more coffee. Mo coffee, mo better. Yep. What's that beeping away for? Where's my phone going beepy beepy? And yes, that's one of the things I did actually manage to do. I'll sync my new tablet up with my phone. Haha. When you don't sleep, it's all early. Exactly. And plus, I like my naps. It's very rare I miss a nap. So me starting at 9:15 in the morning and going through till technically 4:15 in the afternoon means I didn't get a nap that day, which is probably why I slept for 8.5 hours last night and another hour this afternoon. I'm not complaining. And it's going to be fun when Mary starts back to work again next week. Obviously, she's been off for the winter break or Christmas break, as she works at a preschool. And she's been getting up late. I've been getting up late. So from like Wednesday next week, she's got to be getting up early again and leaving the house before 7:30. So I've not been waking up till gone then. So we shall see. What I'll do is I'll set my alarm so I'm up early enough for morning natter. Then I'll just go back to bed for a bit. I think that seems a sensible option. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Oh, sound's gone to poop. Uh-oh. That might not be you, that might be me. Or it might be your new computer's downloading an update like they have a tendency to do when you really don't want it. I've figured out sometimes why my stream goes a bit weird. It's because my laptop decides it's going to update itself halfway through a stream. Thankfully, it's not done any of the ones where it has to turn itself off afterwards. Normally, it might be. No, Marek can't hear me. No, Adele can. Oh dear. Have you got? There's no point asking the question because you won't hear it. Might be the batteries have died in your headphones. Anyway, so it's not me then. Fair enough. There we go. Lurk and work, Lady Art. If you've got stuff to do, you do your stuff. That's all fine by me. I'm not going to sit here and go, no, you have to pay attention to me and only me for 2 hours. I wouldn't pay attention to me for 2 hours. So yeah, I don't blame anyone for going off and doing water changes or being at work or doing random other stuff, or cooking dinner or looking after kids or falling asleep or going to the toilet or any of the other things. Life is life. This is just some entertainment. It's not. Well, I hope it's entertaining occasionally. It's not you must watch, or my God will strike you down. The bears poop in the woods, Chewy. Yes, Rocky Horror is still big in England. It's still constantly on tour with some group or production of some description. Yeah. Everyone gets dressed up in drag, takes their piece of toast with them. That's it. Bruce has been doing the dishes and they're messing with tanks. I hope you rinsed all the dish soap off your hands first, Bruiser. Yeah, you probably had tanks longer than I have, so yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, that's Patrick Stewart's nephew played a character on that show on Broadway. Loved British narrators. British narrators with correct enunciation. Not someone like me trying to narrate something. It wouldn't go very well. Give me a forever, or at least just for a while. Give me never ending. Please give me smile. Give me happiness. Please give me a smile. Bring me sunshine. Bring me love. Yes, throw the hot dogs. Well, it's not so much hot dogs, it's toast as well. So, whoops, didn't mean to post that. Were you trying to text a lady friend? Were you? Is that what it is? I would love to hear about theatre ventures in the UK. I'll say it's one of those things I've never really been that interested in is theatre. It's kind of like watching a movie, but not as good. That's wrong. It's not my preferred form of art. Let's put it that way. Probably because I got dragged along to a few things when I was younger and really didn't enjoy them. Mind you, I got dragged along to a few movies I didn't want to watch as well. And soon figured out how to get chucked out of the cinema. Asked him to narrate a Project Piaba film. Ah, cool. Even if I try to do like correct enunciation and correct speech, which is what my original accent was, it lasts for a couple of minutes and then I just go start dropping all the letters again and I mean the talent on show is definitely epic level. Because you have to get it right first time. You can't do a second take when you're doing it live. But yeah, I think there's too many Amdram productions that I got dragged to and things like that, which are really low budget. I've been trying to follow Andrew Lloyd Webber's more recent endeavours, not especially appealing or satisfying. The endeavours or Andrew Lloyd Webber? I'd like to know how he managed to marry Sarah Brightman. That's trying to post a Fish Family. Fish Family is unavailable right now. Don't worry about it. It's all right. Everyone here knows. We don't got no newbies that aren't aware. At least staging and costuming are perks for an otherwise dreadful show. Yeah, so it's there are people who like country music. There are people who like Christmas music. And then there's me wishing I was deaf. We each have our own tastes and enjoyments. And theatre is, as Night at the Opera is a classic Nightwish song. It is also a classic Queen album. Haha. Blame Matt. Yeah, just blame Matt anyway. Definitely a Beauty and the Beast aspect. Yeah, I mean it's. I mean, I got dragged to see Cats as well, and that really didn't help my relationship with the theatre. Like, why are people in leotards with their faces painted like cats roller skating around? Or and then what was the other one? It was the one on roller skates. I had to see that one as well with school, and I was like, why are these weird people in lycra roller skating around and singing? No, can't they just like watch Nightmare on Elm Street instead? Lady R is probably the only one who would get that then. Let's see. See if there's actually any. I can read upside down and back to front. Forgive me, I have but two faces, one for the world and one for God save me. Yeah, Starlight Express or Starshite Express as I called it. Yeah. Tarja Turunen was the original lead singer, followed by Annette Olsen, followed by the lust of my life, Floor Jansen. Sorry. Thinking about Floor has that effect on me. Hello, Thomas. How you doing? Hope all is well and a happy new year. Right, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't go back that far, but if you're talking about Marco Hietala, yeah, he's a cracking bass player and singer. Yeah, well, I mean, the film version of Cats got panned by everyone. Even the company that was responsible for the effects, they actually said, no, they rushed us. That's basically what you're seeing on the screen is like the rough cut of what it should have looked like. So there might be a remastered version coming on Blu-ray or something where it's actually looks a bit better. But oh, someone's just got some cribs and Sharpe tetras. I'm not familiar with Sharpe tetras, but cribs. Oh boy. And you want a little bit of second sinner reminded me of ABBA. Yeah. Well, see the butthole. The pencil sharpener cut. Hello, Debs. Happy New Year, my dear. Hope you're having a good one so far. But yeah. What is the old boy for? You're not familiar with the tub of crib multiplication. Yeah, I had a slight issue with cribs at one point. I had a pair, they bred. I put the fry into a grow out tub, grew them out. By the time, obviously, cribs sell, they're a popular fish, they sell all the time, but the stores get them in regularly, and everyone who buys cribs has baby cribs to sell. My problem was by the time I managed to sell my juvenile cribs had bred. So I went from having like 30 or 40 cribs to a couple of hundred. And I cleared that tub out. I mean, Dan remembers, I know that. I cleared that tub out like 3 times. At one point, I emptied it. There was no water left in it. I was like, right, there's definitely no more bloody cribs in there. Put the Plex back in, refilled it. A couple of weeks later, I'm looking in it and I'm like, what's that? That's not, oh no. There were more bloody cribs in there. I was kind of surprised because it was the same tub I used for the outdoor shrimp this year. I wouldn't have been surprised if when I bought that in there doing a bloody crebensis in it. Um, yeah, they breed happily and regularly. No flaw from previous bands, which would be After Forever and Revamp. She has some very interesting outfits in After Forever. I'm not going to. Yeah, she's a replacement, but bloody good replacement. All about the guitar tone. Yeah, Empu is a monster on the guitar. Well, he doesn't play the guitar; he plays the chugga chug. What song is it? Oh, I really should be able to remember the name of the songs. As soon as it started, I'd know it. There's Empu playing a guitar solo identical to the solo that Troy is then playing on the Ilian pipes at the same time. And Thomas is echoing it on the keys as well. It's just awesome. Well, they call it Ghost Love Floor these days, so, you know. Yeah, it's one of those ones that all the reactors have reacted to. Stunning to listen to. I've got to admit, Lady R, she's also stunning to look at. I mean, forgive me for being a dirty old man, but are we talking about Jolene? No, but it would be quite amusing to see. Yeah, a Nightwish cover of Jolene, that would be superb. George Lynch, Stevie Vai, yes. So the only time I've ever heard a cover of a Pink Floyd song and gone, you know what, that's as good as the original, was Nightwish's version of High Hopes. Howdy, Steve. Hope all is well with you, sir. Hunia to you too. In Temptation. I'll try to remember who the singer is. Yeah, it's gone. As I said many a time, this body has had far too much alcohol through it, far too many substances through it, and this head has had far too many concussions to have a good memory. And geez, I mean, that's the scar from the last concussion, so, you know. I'm probably only a couple of bangs to the head from turning into Chris Benoit, so we'll hope that doesn't happen. And yes, I know I shouldn't make jokes about these things, but my body is just well seasoned. It's kind of a long-running joke that any archaeologist that digs my body up in a few hundred years is going to wonder what the hell happened. He's going to take one look at it and go, oh boy. Yeah, Ghost Love Squad is a superb track. On the shorter ones, Sleeping Sun is beautiful. I Want My Tears Back. That's just a great feel good dance around tune. Obviously, Poet and the Pendulum, seriously powerful piece of music. Yeah. That is the thing with Nightwish. If you get a 4 or 5 minute song, you're disappointed because it's over too soon. You think, oh, couldn't you have made that 10 minutes? I think, was it March? February, March, I think Floor's solo album was coming out, so I might have to pick that up as well. Seeping sun. Yeah, and obviously, you might have seen it. There's a video doing the rounds of a recent performance of Sweeping Sun where Floor broke down into tears at the end of it. But given her recent medical history, that's no surprise. And Dead Boy's Poem, that's another beautiful track. Just keeps building and building and building and building. Wish I Had an Angel. Yeah, that's a cool track as well. The thing is, Nightwish don't really do bad songs. Even the ones with Adele singing, I'm not going to say she's a bad singer because she's not. She's a far better singer than I'll ever be. But the songs themselves are really good. And then you get all the fanboys trying to create wars between the various different singers, and you do realize they're actually friends in real life. Like, they're buddies. You're starting a beef that doesn't actually exist. They've sung together since. It's not a problem. They've all moved on. They're adults. They're able to do these things. But there we go, back to Reddit again, aren't we? Because most of the people, it seems, on not necessarily the Reddits that I've joined, but from what I've seen of other Reddits, most of the people seem to be about 13-year-old and living in a world that just doesn't exist. Can't be, Napalm Records. Well, I'm assuming Napalm Death aren't on Napalm Records. I haven't set up a subreddit yet, but my name on there is Sharpe's Stuffs, all as one word, because Fish and Phantoms was too long, and just Sharpe had already been taken. Chaz and Dave song, Rabbit, 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 Rabbit. You got more rabbit than Sainsbury's. This time you got it off your chest. And you're the only one who'll break my heart in two. Aren't we all living in a world that doesn't exist? Yeah, we are, but we've got experience of reality. Whereas it seems a lot of people live in an ideal world where everything is as they think it should be, and when it isn't, it's wrong. You can just kind of tell by the way they answer things that they have no life experience whatsoever. They still think a minor high school drama is a massive thing, like we all did at that age. Oh, so and so split up with so and so, and then they called so and so this, and and then you get to your mid-20s and you're like, really? You're worried about that? Wait till you got bills to pay at the end of the month. Wait till there are people who want money from you. Paradise by the Dashboard Torch. No, we do actually call it a dashboard light still. I mean, yeah. Floor singing, I would do anything for love would be awesome. Marco singing Bat at Hell would be epic. He did, what was that show they did where, uh, not the mysterious voice, the Masked Singer? Was it something? Yeah, was it the Masked Singer or something like that? Where it was famous singers, and they were all wearing like masks and outfits, so you couldn't tell who they were. And they'd all take turns singing different songs, and but Marco won the Finnish version of that. I could picture it. And I think most bands with those two singers would probably do a lot of covers like that, but I don't think that's really in Thomas's wheelhouse to do too many cover versions. The only real reason they did High Hopes was so they had something to play while Tyre had a costume change in the middle of the show. I guess she got a bit hot and sweaty halfway through, I don't know. But yeah, I can picture it. It's just don't get me picturing Floor if you can help it, because yeah. And we get to the head banging, and of course, and my brain goes in all sorts of directions. Well, there's all Disney protection at that age until life kicks you in the nuts at some point. Yeah, Empu would kill it. By all accounts, you don't want to hear Empu singing, but yeah, it is when you're young. You don't have life experience. The world, as you say, hasn't kicked you in the nuts yet, and then it does, and you realise that all the stuff you had as a teenager or a kid at school or college, all those dramas are just nothing. It's just day-to-day occurrences that you just go, oh, and you just carry on. I've not actually set up a subreddit with my name yet. Let me just check the spelling on that, but yeah, it will be. Let me find it. Open, Reddit. What's the first thing that comes up? Managing a snail population of trumpet snails. What should you do? Stick your hand in there and pull the bloody things out. U slash Sharpe. Oh no, I went with a capital. We'll get that right. Helpful, I actually clicked in the box. U slash Sharpies stuff. There we go. That's my Reddity thing. At some point, I'll change the avatar. Pamela, how are you, my dear? Hope you had a wonderful New Year yourself. Although, I've seen what the weather's doing your way, so probably not. So I hope you've just been snuggled up in the warm with Mario and Boo Boo, and lots of snugglies. Hopefully, not too many cat attacking dog moments. And where is you can swear here, Pam. Don't worry, you can get away with saying that. Whether it's shit, internet was out for a while this morning. Oh dear. Some hits the 50s are retired, they're over 65. Coming year's 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park. Yeah, it would be. That's kind of scary. And it's also basically 30 years since grunge as well. Is it 92? Yeah, so yeah, grunge has had its 30th anniversary. Only person by that username created their account 8 years ago. Get it up on screen. Let me see, was it so? Go to that. Sharpie's stuff, all as one word. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. It ain't going to come up big enough on the screen for you to see, so don't worry. I'm not going to. Yeah, read at age of 6 days. Let's just back out of that. Floor. Year I turned 66. Oh dear. And Tapper Tom, long time no see, sir. How are you, you mad mower? Hope all is well. Yeah, it's like, this is it. None of us want to remember how old we are. That's why the older we get, the less we care about birthdays. The more we want to hide them away, so we don't let anyone know. Yeah, I mean, I'm 47 this year, so. Another year closer to 50. And 19 years longer than my dreams foretold I would have. It's an old repetitive dream that I used to have. Yeah, where I saw my own gravestone with the date on it. Yeah, that was a scary day. Moses lived a very long time. Well, I mean, you know, so did Gandalf. Don't expect any sympathy from me. I would never expect sympathy from you, Pam. Mickey taking, yes. Banter, yes. Sympathy, not for something like me getting a bit older, anyway, or dumb injuring myself. But yeah, that's just the way we are as people. We show our love by taking the mickey out of each other. Mwah. Oh dear. Oh, we did have a funny one at work actually. We had it was our turn for the only a year older than my oldest daughter. Oh dear. Boys, fish ram, dot link down. Blame Matt. Can't find me. Oh no. Don't worry about it. I'm not exactly posting anything yet, Yella. So I'm just kind of sneaking in and just boom. Here's the answer to your fishy problem. Boom. Here's the answer to your ghosty thing. Boom. You know, those kind of. I'm just sort of. No, I haven't superglued myself to a desk recently, Steve. that scar has cleared up now. He's looking at the very bottom edges to find me. Oh yes. Yeah, when you get to the bottom of the barrel, keep digging. you'll find me about 3 feet later. Is Matt mad again? Don't know. I've stayed out of anything like that. I've not even been on Discord to look yet. So there might be something on Discord that says why Fish Fam Link might be down. But no, and I am still dining out on the super gluing myself to the bench. Pretty much anytime someone does the "oh no, I super glued my fingers together" post on a modelling for Facebook group, I'm like, be glad it was just your fingers. Rock Roll is here to stay, turns 65 in January, so only another 5 years and it'll be out of copyright. That's why if you like the audio books on YouTube where people are reading the classic ye olde horror stories, the reason they're not doing the modern ones is copyright. That was already out of copyright. Oh, that's cool. So if I were to sing it, I wouldn't get done for copyright, although I probably would get done for copyright because the publishing company would probably go, oh, we own the rights to that. Because that's where the problems come from with the music copyrights, is the publishing companies. Company went bankrupt, publishing record. Someone's probably still got the rights to it though. They probably bought them as part of the bankruptcy. And you just know that the companies that do this, music reactions, I do get it, but when it's someone's used like 2 or 3 seconds clip from a movie in a video, like a meme, and they get a copyright strike, like, no, that is fair use. Either your bot program or the person that you've got doing it doesn't understand. Wife's been laughing her head off listening to Pratchett's Three Women. Oh, yeah, she'll be laughing her head off at anything by Terry Pratchett. He's just hilarious. Sorry, was. Rest in peace, Sir Terry. I'm going to blame Pam anyway. No, it makes, yeah, no, I prefer blaming Matt. Just blame Matt. He can take it. I know, but, you know, it's nothing to do with you, Pam, for once. You're not even on there to press buttons and mess it up, so we can't blame you. I mean, you're on there, but you don't have the website privileges and stuff. Only 2 members of the band are still alive. Right, died years ago. Yeah, that doesn't mean that someone's going to claim copyright on it. You can guarantee it. Listen to all of Terry's Discworld. Oh dear, that's a lot of listening. That is. Pratchett wrote a lot of books. Yeah, what other ones? So she's done all of Discworld. They might be available on audiobook. They might not be. But Bill the Galactic Hero is a series that I read when I was at school and college, and those are absolutely hilarious. And then, they appealed to a teenage me. So whether they'd appeal to an adult woman, I don't know. But yeah, Bill the Galactic Hero was epic. I think most, well, I mean, a lot of us have read a lot of the Discworlds, if not all of them. Just looking at the sales numbers. Tried to post direct links to socials and search, but the Fish Fam link is a good place to get the links from. That it is. I think it's literally just my YouTube link up there and my Fish Fam link. So, I'm not very good at techie stuff and linking things together. All right, lady, I said it. If you're doing tank maintenance, do the tank maintenance. I'd rather you paid attention to that and didn't flood your house. All I have is YouTube and membership link. That's probably about all there's going to be, unless someone else finds my links and puts them up there. Because I've not linked my faceache to anything. My Reddit's not linked to anything. I don't have a Discard. I did start a local, I did start a Facebook group for local fish keepers, and it went to like 8 members. One of which was me, one of which is my troll account. And there was about 8 posts, and then nothing else happened, so it died. So I don't even know if it's still there or not. Obviously, I went bankrupt years ago, yeah. Let me have as I have my tablet here, and it's super speedy. Boom, I'm on Discord. General. Scroll to the bottom. No one's saying anything in general. I shall post. Is it just me, or is fish fam dot link down? There we go. Question asked. I'm sure someone will see that fairly rapidement and still make a fortune off of them, so they renew them. Sony are butts, and Disney are just massive butts. Yeah. When it comes to copyright, Disney are on it. Literally, someone uses like a couple of seconds out of one of their movies in a video, and drinks Monster and farts. Easy to remember. Happy New Year, Bob. Hope all is well with you and all your furry, finny, and scaly pets. Yes. Yeah, I mean the Beatles copyrights have changed hands several times over the years. Didn't Michael Jackson have them at one point? Obviously, he doesn't anymore, but it's yeah, I mean, it's just a cash cow. No matter what they pay for those rights, they're going to make their money back and more. Yeah, so they bought the Beatles from Michael Jackson when he realised he was broke, or people actually wanted paying. I think he went through. He basically went through more money than he was bringing in, which is always a problem. Oh, and there's a notification that Corey will be live in 30 minutes. That gives me time to think of a. Yeah. And Prince had the Beatles copyrights for a while. Not sure about that. Yeah, pass. Yeah, it's just a cash cow, those kind of things. But, you know, then you get someone like Elon Musk goes and buys Twitter for way more than it was valued and just keeps losing money. There we go. Yeah, only get the songwriting royalties now. Yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. The amount of money the Beatles have made over the years, they're not short of a few pennies. You know, as Michael Jackson had it, and then when he had some financial difficulties, yeah, he sold them to Sony uh, to try and pay some of his debts before he got kicked out of Neverland. When he was facing those legal charges, yes, the ones that, yeah, the ones that magically went away when he got the money from Sony. Hmm. Could he perhaps have settled out of court? Hmm. Allegedly, in my opinion. Yes, still a very litigious estate, so we'll cover our butts with allegedlys. Well, as far as I'm aware, in my opinion, all these statements that you use to dodge getting a letter through the door saying, yes, we are suing you for defamation of character. You have committed slander, sir. Well, the thing with slander is you got to prove that I'm wrong. But yeah, that happens so often that it's the label owns the music. Yeah, and a lot of these days, is with the, especially like the X Factory pop voice idol things. Yeah, the actual performer owns bugger all. Don't even have the songwriting. They literally just get money from performances. Whilst the music labels sit there and get richer and richer and richer and keep churning out the same rubbish every bloody year. That someone at work switched the radio to Kiss the other day, and my God, is modern music awful. If it weren't for the slightly different voices singing the different songs, I would have thought it was all one song. It all sounded the bloody same. Did any of the memberships get taken up? I think so. I think a couple of them did, Mark. I don't know if all of them did. Chewy, Chewy and Lady Art, if you enable gifts, there are some subscription or memberships going, which Mark donated earlier. And then you'll have access to some awesomely cool emojis, custom stolen and adjusted by me. Still think the PS5 is a lie. What, you think it's a PS4 in a different box? Wouldn't surprise me. It's a PS4 in a different box, and they just sold it in a link that actually brings the PS4 up to full power. Yeah, that would not surprise me. Yeah, there we go. There are all the cool emojis. I really should get around to doing a couple more at some point. Rather go, money goes to you, not from YouTube. Certainly. So if you aren't a member and you're here, go to the thing and switch on allow gifts, and then you'll become a member. And I get the money, not YouTube. Sony Web TV was a big failure. A lot of the companies had things like that just died on their backsides. It's I'm not exactly sure which ones, but I know plenty of them failed badly. I was like, was it Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy Netflix and laughed at them and basically said no, bugger off. Um, yeah, and look what happened to Blockbuster. Oh, thank you very much, Bob. He's been a member for a whole year. As access, thank you to all the members because you're all Zach friends. That's why he's given a sweet look rather than a judgmental look. Best thing they did was buy Minolta. Click the box with the $sign to the right of the chat box, then memberships, then the 3 dots, then gift settings, and slide the toggle to enable gifts. There we go. Yes. And don't worry, it doesn't automatically start taking money out of your account every month to continue the membership. You can do it on a tablet or a phone as well, Dan. I did mine on the tablet or my phone, one or the other. I don't tend to watch streams on my pooter. No dots there. Can't do it myself because I'm not watching someone's live stream at the moment. But yeah, I'll say it doesn't continue the membership once the gift has run out. So it won't suddenly start charging you $1 a month or 99 cents a month unless you click yes, I want to continue. Then it will. Damn. Yellow's got all the links. Oh. Yeah, check in with Ivy, aka Bunny Viper, aka Bun Bun. Yep, and I send hugs as well. So hugs to Bun Bun. She's keeping a brave face on things. Bless her. Same with Ian Eakins. So if anyone wants to send him a hug, because he's also going through some stuffs at the moment. Yeah. Lost his job. I haven't heard why or how, but I just heard that he had lost his job. You know, whether he's done something like punch the supervisor, I don't know. Yes, Bunny is a very, very special person. Everyone here is a very special person. Very special because you're spending your Sunday evenings watching some weird British person smoke, drink energy drinks, and talk absolute rubbish. Before Fish Fan Royalty comes on in 20 minutes. Yeah, all very special. If you're on iPhone, get an Android. Exactly. Well, I mean, technically, the inside of an iPhone is basically an Android. I mean, don't tell Apple, but all the chips in there are made by Samsung and Toshiba. Sometimes he finds his mouth in the cans. Yeah, I do pretty well for not spilling it all over myself. Ivy won a Christmas giveaway. Yay! Deserves it. Yeah, someone saw him on TV with a group of angry police. Everyone's special. Everybody's beautiful in their own way, except for me. I'm definitely not beautiful in any way. I just make everyone else look better. That's my purpose in life. That and to upset people on a regular basis. I'm good at both of them. Um, Thankfully, I've not managed to upset any customers lately, but it's going to happen at some point. At some point, one of my jokes is going to miss the mark. I'm just waiting for the time I get to deal with a Karen, because that'll be fun. Or just someone who's being really sexist, because I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet. I've not had anyone come in and go, no, I want to speak to a man, a woman does not know these things. At which point I go and go, yes, sir, I'm not serving you because you're sexist. Or when he asks the question, turn around and ask a female co-worker for the answer. To make him look really bad. You know, I work with people, with women that know more about the stuff than I do, so I don't care what you were born with between your legs. If you know the answer to the question I'm asking, it don't matter to me. Hey, I'd rather deal with a woman. They're nicer to look at in general. Let's be honest. Um, yes, I know I'm a dirty old perv, but hey, just like when people say, "Why do you always paint female figures? Why don't you paint male figures?" Like, if I'm going to be staring at a chest or a butt for a few hours, I'd rather it was a female one than the male one. I've got a lot more experience of looking at the female form and knowing where the shadows lie. Various kind of things like that. Um, by definition, the terms woman and female are sexist as they're derived from man and male. Exactly. So, what would we go for? Lady. There we go. Or is lady derived from laird, which is the Scottish for lord? Yeah, possibly. It's, you know. To me, again, we're back with the intent. Intent has a lot to do with it. You can say all sorts. And if it's not meant with malicious or bigoted or anything intent, there's nothing wrong with it. It can be taken as a joke. If it's said with intent meaning something negative, then it's a bad thing and it should be taken as such. And that's the problem, is a lot of people can't figure out the difference these days. And then you get Kanye West, who, when being interviewed by Alex Jones, managed to make Alex Jones look like the normal and nice, sensible person. You've got to be nuts for that to happen. Don't let him anywhere near Dennis Rodman, because that level of weirdness the world just can't cope with. It's like, it's the intent, and also some people's speech patterns. So one of my managers, female manager, it's just her natural speech pattern to call people babe or darling or sweetie or that kind of thing. It's just how she speaks. She doesn't mean anything by it. Could I complain that I'm being sexually harassed by being called babe every time I walk into work? Technically, yes, but it's not meant in that way. So I don't. And if I had a problem with it, I would say it to her face. I would say, would you mind not calling me that, please? I don't like it. Bloody hell. Tricky. How you doing, Rich? Long time no see, babe. One of the few people that I used to work with at Sainsbury's I could get away with calling babe and they wouldn't complain. Hope all is well with you, sir. Oh, thank you, Bob. You want to call me a little stud muffin, you're welcome to. All good. Hope all is going well with your new lady friend. Got to admit, I did love your Christmas outfit. Dressing up as John McClane. Genius. Next year, you got to go as a gremlin. It is. It's a Christmas movie. It's set at Christmas, at a works Christmas party. The decorations and everything around. It's a Christmas movie. It's a lot of these things that are said. You have to know the person, the intent, the context. There's probably an awful lot people could take out of any of my streams or videos, put it in the wrong context, and it would sound awful. You got to be careful. And I try and avoid these things, or preface them by saying something, or preface and post face. Would it be post face? No, I can't remember. Yeah. Bob, next time chew the banana. You made a lot of people uncomfortable. He didn't get it down in one, did he? Just oh. So that makes some people uncomfortable, some people quite happy. Bananas are best just thrown in the bin, in my book. They're not food. A, they taste foul. B, the consistency is foul. And C, I don't trust plants that walk. I've seen Day of the Triffids. Yeah, I'm not going near them. And if you've not seen or read Day of the Triffids, I recommend it. It'll put you off plants for quite a while. Let's put it that way. Only buy them in search of a banana spider. Cheap pet. His wife and I had gone to a Christmas party in 2022 with Mr. and Mrs. Grinch. Year we've had, we couldn't find any Christmas spirit. Yeah, that's entirely understandable, Steve. I think like the last 3 years have pretty much been poo. And there's a lot to be said for doing what you want to at Christmas. Now, obviously, there's all the traditions of having all the family over and the massive meal and going out and all the parties. But if that's not you and you don't feel like it, don't do it. We don't. Mary and I's Christmas, we unwrapped our presents. We had platefuls of munchy food, so mini quiches, mini pies, mini sausage rolls, mini cheese and onion rolls, pigs in blankets, that kind of stuff. We just had a bunch of that and just nom 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 nom, and we just lay down and watched stuff on YouTube and had a nap. Perfect Christmas in my book. We did what we wanted to do and what we enjoyed doing. We didn't have to do anything we didn't want to do. And I wouldn't go to a works Christmas party unless I was forced to. They forced me to one year at Sainsbury's, and then when it was compulsory, you had to attend it, and it was during work time. And then it was oh, so you're not going to pay me for attending the Christmas party, but you're making me do it. Okay, I will be taking that hour back then. So then a week later, I just left an hour early. I was like, yeah, well, you didn't pay me for that hour the other week, so I'm not going to do that hour this week. Favorite Christmas Eve memories: Episcopalian High Mass. Some of my worst Christmas memories are having to go to church. How cool! Ukrainian junior hockey team saw the Flames game last night. Cool. Lost close friend at the beginning of the year, and the middle of the wife lost a cousin in November. Yeah, I did hear about that, Steve. So, not that it helps any, but my sympathies and condolences. None of these things are ever good, and hopefully you can continue on with your lives. I'm not going to say get over it, because we don't get over these things. We learn to live with them. But yeah, best wishes. And as I say, if listening to Terry Pratchett audiobooks cheers your wife up by making her laugh crazy, even better. And if sticking bits of plastic helps with your brain, stick bits of plastic. That's, we each cope in our own ways, we grieve in our own ways. So yeah, it's not something you can just get over like people seem to think. I'm sure everyone here has lost friends, loved ones in the past, so hopefully not children. The one thing you're not meant to do is outlive your children. That's just, I'd hate to think how that would be. Thankfully, it's not happened to me. I've lost plenty of people I know over the years. My best friend passed. Was it January last year? Well, I say my best friend. He was my best friend, and we kind of grew apart, but we'd known each other since college. So 16 to 46, we knew each other basically. But he passed. And Chewy lost his brother-in-law this year, was fighting cancer. Corona, we've all lost. We all know people that passed due to either corona or complications of. So yeah, it's not been a great year. So let's hope for not amazing, awesome, excellent, yay, wonderful year. Let's just hope this year's a bit better than last year. Let's hope nobody we love passes, gets ill, or fishes die, or cats or dogs or anything like that. Yeah, as we get older, we lose more and more. It's yeah, the older you get, yeah, the more your friends and loved ones start dying. It's not a good thing, but yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. So let's just hope for a better year this year. Um, I've got a few plans, but I'm saving them to actually make a video because, content. Lost girlfriend and friend in high school. Yeah, I mean, some people start relatively young, losing people. Others, it can be in the 20s, 30s, even before they've even been to a funeral. Why? Thank you, Yella. Like and subscribe. Neither's a pretty sight. Never is. Here is a little less shit. Yeah, I mean, at this point, that's all we can really hope for. I mean, I've not got any New Year's resolutions as such. Just to try and have a better year than last year. I mean, I say better year. I mean, it got better as the year went on for me, really. I started the year unemployed, starting to run out of money. Obviously, Mary was in the same boat. We're both starting to think, are we actually employable? I think Mary more so because of her issues with balance. But we've both found jobs that we're both happy in. We've been in them several months now and all is going well. Despite a couple of car crashes at the end of the year, both the kids are fine and doing well. So, we can't grumble too much compared to some people. We had good years, but let's just hope everyone has a better year. Now we've got to think of a hashtag for anyone that's going to go visit Corey. Lost a lot of fish before Christmas, and Danny and the Harlequins are attacking fish. Couldn't see a reason, but they had a small tank with a few shrimp. Yeah, sometimes fish just flip. Angelfish is especially bad at doing that. Angelfish will be lovely and calm and sweet and gentle and kind. Then that switch flips and they just go on a murder spree. They're cichlids, so that's what happens. Thankfully, touch wood, I've not lost any notable fish for quite a while now. I'm guessing I've probably lost a few bristle noses down the line, but and shrimp. But it's a bit different when you've got hundreds of them. You don't notice one or two dying. When you've got like 2 or 3, you notice them. But anyway, my time is up. I don't want to step on toes, as I know Corey's about to go, and I think someone else does as well. So thank you everyone for showing up. I hope you all have a better year this year. If you can have a great year, that would be awesome. But have fun. Peace out. Rock on. Cut your nails sharp. Bye bye. Love you too, Yella. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Sunday shop do 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 do. Ah.